How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now on today's show we're going to be talking about last night's Premier League games. A lot of talking points, a lot of drama. Watford against Norwich, Crystal Palace against Chelsea, Arsenal against Leicester. And the last piece of news, we're going to be talking about Dani Ceballos and whether Mikel Arteta should be keeping him for another season at least.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is last night's game, and the one at the very bottom end of the table. It was Watford against Norwich. And I'll tell you something, Watford needed that. A 2-1 win, and I think that is pretty much all but confirmed. Norwich are going back to the Championship. But Watford, like I said, that was so important. Norwich actually took the lead in the 4th minute. And then Craig Dawson equalised. And then look at that. Danny Welbeck, and what a finish that was as well. And Watford were able to hold on, and they get a valuable 3 points. And when you look at the league table and what that's actually done, that means that they're 4 points now ahead of safety. So that's valuable, that win. That's huge. Aston Villa, they've got Manchester United, I believe. So that's not going to be an easy one for them. Bournemouth on 27 points as well, and Norwich on 21. So not great. West Ham on 31 points, the same as Watford, but they do have a game in hand as well. So yes, a big victory for Watford, and like I said, I think that's pretty much all but confirmed. Norwich going back to the Championship. Next game was a very, very eventful game. Crystal Palace against Chelsea. Chelsea winners 3-2, and they climb up to 3rd in the Premier League. Olivier Giroud, Pulisic put Chelsea 2-0 up, and everything's comfortable. And then Wilfried Zaha, what a goal. I have watched this back a few times though, and I do have a few question marks over the keeper. It's unbelievable effort, don't get me wrong. It was unreal and it was moving. I'm just not sure that the keeper should be letting that go when it's quite close to him. It wasn't like right in the top corner. That's just my opinion. Tammy Abraham scores with 20 minutes to go, and you think 3-1, game done. And then Christian Benteke, I didn't even know he still played football. I've never heard his name in that long. Goes and scores a minute later, and then right in injury time, the effort that Crystal Palace had, they nearly snatched a point from Chelsea. But it wasn't to be. The statistics of the game, 14 shots by Chelsea, 13 for Crystal Palace, 6 on target for Chelsea and 4 on target for Palace. A very, very eventful game. In terms of the table, what that does, like I said, moves Chelsea up into 3rd place. And they're 1 point ahead of Leicester. And Manchester United will be looking at that. And they'll be saying, they're going to have to try and keep on their coattails. And it's going to be very interesting, that race for 3rd and 4th place. And what actually happens from here. But what will be, I suppose. And we'll see actually who takes those spots. And whether, of course, 5th place becomes available. Because we find out next week, I believe, on Monday, whether Manchester City's ban will be upheld or not. It's going to be interesting. Last game of the evening was Arsenal against Leicester. Finished 1-1. And so many talking points in this game. What I will say about this game in the first half is that Arsenal should have finished the game off. It should have been about 4-0. Absolutely battered Leicester in the first half. Only 1 goal to show for it from Aubameyang. And then in the second half, Arsenal just come out completely different. They just didn't look themselves. Like they were dropping back 5 yards deeper and allowing Leicester to get momentum and control. And it just wasn't great. And then we made a substitution and Eddie Nketiah came on, and within a couple of minutes he gets sent off. Now, on AFTV, after the game, I was looking at it and I was saying, nah, it ain't a red card. And in the cold light of day, when you look at it, it's going to have to be a red card. It's harsh, in my opinion, because he only had eyes for the ball. You know, a fraction quicker, he would have won the ball. So it wasn't intentional. But in this day and age, it's going to be a red card. But my issue is in the first half, just after 40 minutes, Jamie Vardy catches Mustafi. Now, initially, in real time, I see it and I thought, oh, it's an accident. It was how he fell. But watching it again and seeing all the angles that are available now, no. That is not an accident. I'm sorry, you do not fall and do some kung fu Bruce Lee spinning round kick shit. What is all that about? No, that's a straight red card as well. And the worst bit about it was that they didn't even go to VAR. If they would have went to VAR, then they could have possibly looked at it in real time, in all them angles, and gone, you know what? Yeah, that's a red. Bye-bye, Jamie. See you later. The officiating in itself was absolutely shocking. Who was the referee in this game? Can't even think what his name was. Was it Kavanagh? Whoever he was absolute shite. Shocking. How many times do I talk about referees allowing players to consistently foul and get away with it? Constantly. You know, I'm looking at the fouls. Leicester committed 14 fouls and not one yellow card. Do you remember when we played Brighton the other week? There was that lad that plays in midfield for Brighton. And about 5-6 times he kept taking our players out and not a single yellow card. The exact same thing. No different. You know, in the first half, Johnny Evans should have got a yellow card. Studs down the back of the Achilles of Lacazette. Clear yellow card. You give him that yellow card, it means that he's not going to be reckless anymore. Because 10 minutes after that and getting away with it, what does he do? He does it again. What does the ref do? No yellow card. Constantly. I just feel like I'm banging my head against the wall with these English referees. They're shit. There's a reason why England had no referees at the last major tournament. Because even FIFA are looking at it and saying, we're not having this shit referee in our tournaments. They're just going to embarrass everyone. They're poor. The standard of officiating in England is dreadful. In the Premier League in particular, it's dreadful. And I look at this referee, this Kavanagh or whatever the fuck his name is, and he's another one of them. That it's all like, look at me, look at me, look at me. Oh my dear God, man. His performance was just shocking. Absolutely mind-blowing. Arsenal had 11 shots, 7 on target. Lacazette, man, in that first half, the header he had as well. What a cross by Bellerin. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Bellerin put in an absolute peach of a cross. Lacazette head it back across goal. He heads it straight at Schmeichel, man. What a chance that was. And I'm so frustrated because for me, that's 2 points dropped by Arsenal. That's not a point gained or anything else. We were the better team. In the first half, the game should have been done. Lord Farquhar in defence and whatever got absolutely hammered. Game done, should have been finished. And that's the most annoying part. And Mikel Arteta said it in his interview after the game that, you know, when you're in these moments, you need to finish the teams off. You need to be ruthless. We weren't ruthless and it came back to bite us in the backside. And I haven't even got onto that subject yet. Jamie Vardy's goal. I've looked at it It's offside, man. I've seen so many of these decisions be given offside lately. I've seen decisions where somebody's toenail is offside and they've given offside. As soon as it's Arsenal involved, nah, allow it. Oh, remember that podcast when I had to turn around and bang my head against that wall when I was talking to Robbie? That's how I feel now with the referees and BAR in this country. It's shit. Just get robots to officiate because they can't be any worse. Anyway, last piece of news. Dani Ceballos and of course his performances in recent weeks have been really, really good. And whether he would actually stay at Arsenal for at least another year. Mikel Arteta has been speaking about it and he says that it's not in our hands. So the clubs will need to have communication and see what we can do. I'm really happy with him, the way he's evolving, and I love how much he likes to play football. The passion he puts into every training session and in every game, you have to see his celebrations. I'm really happy with him. I think he's evolving in the right way and he's becoming a really important player for us. And of course, on the evidence of the game against Leicester, yeah, it's looking like he's thriving under Mikel Arteta and we could possibly keep him for another year because he's been playing really well and he's starting to adapt and learn. And I like what I'm seeing from Dani Ceballos, and it'd be really annoying if he actually goes back now after he's just starting to gel and adapt and get a good run going. But we will see what happens. That's all I can say on that matter. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. I'm absolutely shattered still. I can't even think what time I went to bed last night. Probably about 3 o'clock in the morning. Just a small matter of the North London derby on Sunday now, eh? We already know this season's done and dusted. We just want to get through it the best we can. I'm seeing positive signs. If that first half is anything to go by for Arsenal, then it's very positive. And when Mikel Arteta can get the players he wants in, it's only going to add to that, that's for sure. So, yeah, if you're new around here, do let me know in the comment section what you think about the topics and, you know, the sending off, the Jamie Vardy incident, the offside. There's so many things. Just let me know in the comment section. I will be back later on today for a player ratings. And then you can expect the preview for the Tottenham game. And you don't want to miss that one because you know it gets very, very heated. Oh, I can't wait. Let's just get this game on Sunday, man. Let's try and forget about this one. 2 points dropped. It is what it is. But yeah, we move on. So that is it for today's DT's Daily, like I said. And if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video and I'll see you lot soon. I'm out of here.